I'm going to get a little coffee here and I'm going to sit down and talk to you a minute. All right. Let me sit down here. I think you'll enjoy this video. I want to talk to you about something that I think about right regular every day. And it's just part of life when you get to this age. You begin thinking about the old things, childhood days, memories of yesteryear, when you was a child and when you was in the mountains and where I grew up. Nothing else to do. Nothing else to do but run the mountains like a gray squirrel and play, and I had a lot of fun. But now that I've grown older, and every passing day, there's something that causes me to reflect back on something of yesterday and yesteryear and times past, and the times that I remember are good times. And I forget all the bad, and if I'm not careful, I think that yesteryear and yesterday was the best time of all. And being a pastor and growing older, when I took the church here where I am now, I was 32 years old, full of vim and vinegar. Oh yes, I have a wonderful time now. Have strength, do anything I want to do. But as I'm older, I think of those young days, and I long for that. And if I'm not careful, I'll get stuck in that, and I cannot get past it. And there's a word for that, and I'm going to read this off my phone. And I've used this in dealing with the church and talking to our older saints about our children that's coming on in the church. And this is called rumination. Rumination. And it's a clinical term for mentally replaying past events, mistakes, or traumas over and over again, leaving one paralyzed in the present. And you hear me say the words in my earlier videos. I will say something like, the old ways, or the old people, or the old times. And yes, I like that. I know a lot about the old ways. I know a lot about the mountains. I know a lot about the type of herbs and things to gather out of the field. And some of my preacher friends that come by, they'll see me at a camp meeting somewhere. They'll remind me, do you remember, Brother Jeff, when you fixed up that pine needle tea for me? And I said, yes. There's no more value in any fruit or anything you can eat that has a higher calcium value and vitamin C than pine needle tea. And I fixed it for them because, using your voice and speaking, and they remember that it has a lemon taste, and we'll put a little honey in that. And I know about the old ways and the old times, but I don't want to be an older person that becomes paralyzed in the present because I cannot leave something that happened in the past, some trauma, some past event, some person. And I'm talking to you, that you cannot forgive because of something they said, something they did to you, something that maybe took place in the family. And now there's that distant feeling that you just cannot enjoy being around each other because of rumination. You will not leave what was in the past. And it's become a present controlling thing in your mind that you can't get past. One of the worst things that I can think of is getting stuck in the past. I have a good friend. I love to watch him. And his channel is Born 102 years too late, 100 years too late. Brett Vaughn. He rides mules. I like that because it's something that I enjoy, but I don't believe even Brett is a person who is stuck in the past trying to deal with the present being stuck in the past. And there's a term that we have used through the years, a fly in amber. And you can look this up. The fly in amber is a fly that was on the tree and the sap was flowing. And that fly wasn't aware when that sap or that amber overtook him and encased him and enclosed him, and he was forever trapped right there. And there are things, if you're not careful, that will trap you in your past. And it causes people to begin to face and have depression, anxiety, and fear. And they cannot deal with the present because of being that fly in amber. They're molded, they're stuck there, and they cannot move forward. And there's a word that I've turned to here in my phone and my photos that I've saved, and it's called retrocognitive. Precognition is knowing the future, but retrocognition is seeing or knowing only the past. And my grandbabies that live just across the farm from me, and I have a trail mowed out for them, don't want to see their poppy, as they call me, get stuck in the past. And I have to live in the present for them, though I love the past so much, of the old ways and the old things that people think about. But I am not a person that is stuck. And though I have said it before I ever watched the channel, and Brett Vaughn and my friend, who now he uses the term that I've used for years and years. Onward and upward, that is the watchword. And Brett asked me, would that be okay for me to use on my channel? And before I knew that I would ever have a channel, I said, why, yes. And so the family, they was laughing. They said, that's originated with you, or it wasn't original with me. It starts on a sign somewhere in Oregon at the base of a mountain. And before you climb that mountain, there's a little sign that says onward and upward. And I added, that is the watchword. Onward and upward. That cowboy coffee is good. But if you become stuck in that depressed feeling, or that feeling of unforgiveness, or that feeling that you cannot get over what someone done to you in the past, then you'll find yourself not wanting to get involved, be around people, and you'll just withdraw and do yourself and want to live in that. And as a pastor and as a man of the community and as a poppy and a grandfather, I cannot do that. I must live for today. And I want to be retrocognitive. and understanding the past, learning of it, reflecting on the good times, and the nostalgic feeling that I get when I think of bygone days. Yes, I want to enjoy that. But I also know that I must be precognitive for the right now, for my children, for my church, for my fellow man in the community that I interact with every day. And I'll drift back as I'm riding my mules and enjoying the great scenery that God has created and allowed me to enjoy and know so much about the plants and the herbs and the trees and what this is good for and what that is good for and what this will do and that. When I leave that, I come back to a present day dwelling. And I lay down in my bed, and I don't have to lay out there on the ground to be who I am. I've laid on the ground enough in Colorado Elk hunting and to know that I can do that, but I don't have to. So I just wanted to talk to you that are watching this. I'm going to encourage you, get out of the past. It's okay to go back and remember, but don't live there. Don't dwell there until you're no good to those around you where you are today. There's also another terminology that I'm looking at right here that is called hauntology. Hauntology. And it was coined by a man, a Frenchman. And it refers to a feeling of being haunted by lost future or nostalgia for a past that was supposed to have a different future. Hauntology. No, friend, don't dwell there. Your days become dark. Your feelings become numb. It's called depression. It's called oppression. It's called anxiety. So as I've said on some of my earlier videos, get up. Go outside. Enjoy the world around you, and you'll be at more peace with yourself and with your fellow man. Remember, you that are watching this, if you're young, if you're old, don't live in the past. Think about it, rejoice in it, the nostalgia part of it, and remember the good times, but don't let something that was traumatic, that hurt you and that bothered you, don't let that become your controlling factor of life. Get up, go outside, smile. Make sure to shake somebody's hand or smile to them and stop in the line at the grocery store or at the gas station, at the gas pump. Ask somebody, how are you doing today? Put a smile on your face, and you'll find yourself wanting to live more for the present. Our children will never learn how to live in the hour that we're living in right now if they're constantly watching us refer to the past. So rumination, that's what this little video is all about. Don't get stuck in a past trauma, a past unforgiveness, or a past painful experience. Live for today. Your children and your family are going to count on you to live for the future. May God bless you. I've really enjoyed talking to you about this, and I hope that something that I've said and will help you to see what I'm seeing right now. May God bless you, and I pray that he will cause his face to shine on you. And remember, get up, go outside, and enjoy the past and the future and the present. For Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. God bless you.